Hey, YouTube. Um, well, I got to thinking about making another Team Fortress 2 video, and I wanted to cover another class. And I've already made a heavy and a medic, and at least those two particular class videos out of the 9 classes available. And I wanted to now make a engineer video because, quite frankly, I referred to the engineer a lot in my other two, in my first two, that is. And so, some of you guys that may be interested in Team Fortress 2 and have never played it before are like, okay, the engineer, well, what's he capable of? Well, quite frankly, the engineer is, in my opinion, he's one of the most awesome, he is the most awesome support class in the game. Now, the medic, I mean, the medic and the engineer are very, very equal in terms of sheer being needed. Uh, well, maybe not medic quite so much because, quite frankly, if you die, you can respawn and you can come back into the game and you'll still be able to do your damage, and all that good stuff regardless. But an engineer, if he's not with his sentry gun, typically it's not going to last long. Um, But let me get into the basics before I go into the tactics. Now, the engineer is one of them. It's unique in this respect. It's the only one that uses a resource called metal, and the reason he has this particular resource is because he's the only class in the game that can actually build buildings. And they classify buildings like dispensers, teleporters, and sentry guns. Now, one of the first things a engineer will do upon getting out of buying all of his upgrades is he'll put down a teleporter, and like an entry teleporter, to be able to actually teleport his buddies to the to the place that they need to be quickly. So say your heavy goes down, he respawns. Okay, all he has to do is go into the entry teleporter, and about a second later, he'll pop out of the exit teleporter exactly where you placed it, if it isn't destroyed. So this can be really, really useful, and this is a common thing that an engineer will do. And it's usually the exit teleporter is going to be right beside the ammo dispenser, the ammo and health dispenser that he builds, and it's usually going to be beside his sentry gun, which is, in all honesty, those two particular buildings are the two most noted out of the whole thing that an engineer will build. Now, an engineer himself only has 150 hit points, I believe, maybe 175, somewhere in the 150, 175-ish. So he himself does not, he won't take a whole lot of fire. So it's not a tremendously wise idea. If you're a skilled player, you can do this. You can leave your gun, you can leave the dispenser, you can go with your shotgun, because that's his primary weapon, is a shotgun of some sort. And you can go and you can try to fight alongside your buddies. And then when your sentry is in need of ammo or in need of repair, you can come back and you can fix it. That's a bit more an advanced strategy, but anything that an engineer will build will go typically from first to second to third levels. And obviously, the higher up in level, the better it's going to work. A first, second, or third level teleporter will teleport people quicker if it's a higher level, and it'll be able to teleport more people. Now, a dispenser is one of the most vital parts of an engineer's arsenal because you put up a dispenser, and quite frankly, it's going to be able to keep supplying you with metal. And that's the most precious resource that you have. Your ammo isn't the most precious resource for you as an engineer. For you, it's your metal. Because if you have no metal, you can't build. And if you can't build, you're useless as an engineer. So make sure that you are either near an ammo respawn point, because ammo respawns will give you more metal, or build your dispenser first. Now, a lot of people will go, no, build your sentry first. That way you can actually survive longer. True, it will make sure that you survive longer. Unfortunately, what this does is it gets you to the point where, okay, you got a level 1 sentry out, but now you don't have enough metal to actually build your dispenser and keep getting more metal. Now, if you was to put your dispenser up first and then put up a sentry gun, yeah, you might die a little bit more often, but you know what? You're going to respawn anyway. And if you got your teleporter up, guess what? Bam. You're going to be right where you need to be. So, you get your dispenser up, you get more metal. And then you can put up the sentry gun. I mean, to start off the wave, you'll start off with level 3 buildings automatically. You won't spend any metal, so go absolutely bat wild, putting whatever wherever until time for the wave to start. I mean, I feel like this is a little bit unclear, perhaps. So I'm going to go a little bit more in depth as far as the buildings themselves go. Start off with the most popular thing an engineer will build is his sentry gun. A sentry gun has 3 stages of building, just like any other building that an engineer is going to build. A engineer's sentry gun will go from a little bitty almost pellet gun type thing to a more formidable looking dual machine gun on a stand to the dual machine guns with 4 rockets that shoot out. And that's stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3. Obviously, stage 3 is a lot more powerful than stage 1. It'll spit out a whole lot more ammo. It'll hold a whole lot more ammo. And you'll be able to leave it for longer amounts of time if you so choose. The dispenser is capable of healing, giving ammo, and it is capable of giving metal for the engineer. The engineer is the only one that needs metal, ever, because quite frankly, he's the only one that can use it. Aside from the medic, he's the only other class in the game, unless you purchase an upgrade for the particular class you're playing, for health regeneration, which is a different story. But he's the only class in the game that can actually actively heal others. And, you know, he can actually choose to do so. One of the common questions before we start a wave is, hey, where do you want the dispenser? Where's the heavy going to be? That way, the heavy can get the benefit of getting the ammo from the dispenser, almost quite literally giving him infinite ammo and minor healing. Now, the healing isn't going to be as good as the medic, but he's going to get ammo. One of the most deadly things against an engineer, unless he knows what he's doing, is a robot called a Sentry Buster. This thing, I've talked about it before, big ass bomb on legs. That's all it is. And it'll run up right smack dab beside your sentry gun. Now, a common tactic to have this guy blow up harmlessly away from everybody else is, first off, put your gun where not everybody is going to be walking beside it. That way, in case you do fail, it doesn't kill anybody. Now, one of the things you can do with your buildings is you can pick them up. You're only able to pick up one at a time, so you're most likely going to lose your dispenser if you put your dispenser next to your gun. But you can pick up your gun, you can walk beside the Sentry Buster, wait until you hear the beeping go, or at least going faster, because that means he's going to blow up. And then run away, because by the time he finishes beeping, he's going to blow. And he's got a pretty big blast radius, so you want to run as fast as your legs can carry you. And then you can put your gun back up and you can keep shooting. So, wow, holy crap. I am just about out of time. So, I know I didn't go into a whole lot as far as the actual upgrades that you can get for an engineer, but I may have to make a whole nother video just to finish the engineer one. So, hey, Team Fortress 2 players, stay strong. Don't let the bomb in the hole.